The Eastern African country Ethiopia has more than 80 million people. According to the 1999 census of Ethiopia, there were 190,220 deaf and hard of hearing people in the country. Of this number, 87% live in the rural areas where neither deaf schools nor use of sign language are available. Consequently, these deaf people are condemned not only to remain illiterate but also are devoid of adequate social interactions with their peers and the society at large. The presence of not more than a handful of specialized schools for the deaf, of which only one has up to 10th grade educational program, clearly shows the situation of deaf and hard of hearing people in Ethiopia. Incapable of observing this aggravated objective reality in silence is what inspired the couple, Neil and Rebecca Payne, of this idea of establishing LeaMcD educational services for the deaf of Ethiopia, which was realized in 2005 with the objective of contributing its own share for the empowering of deaf students in Ethiopia. LeaMcD LeaMcD, which is an international NGO and licensed by the Ethiopian government, has its quarters in Addis and conducts its operation in Addis and Debre town. LeaMcD ESD's initial plan has been to give formal education for the deaf by establishing a specialized high school. Unfortunately, this project has not yet been realized because of financial constraints. In the meantime, since before 2005, it started giving a tutorial program for deaf students, grades 7 through 10, who attend different schools in Addis participating in deaf education. The students are assisted with qualified deaf teachers. To date, LeaMcD is averaging over 90 students daily after school hours. In addition, LeaMcD began a rehabilitation program for over 20 older deaf adults in April of 2005. Beginning with a Dutch flower company, Fregia, in the town of Sululta, these older adult deaf have been recruited as workers. Thanks to God and determination of these pioneer-trained deaf adults, with their capability and effectiveness, have created job recognition and established a high-profile reputation for deaf workers in general. For the very purpose of supporting LeaMcD projects, Mr. Payne generates funds by driving a truck in the US for Covenant Transport, and LeaMcD is completely dependent on his driving to provide for the monthly expenses for the tutorial program and now the ongoing expense of the startup costs of putting the deaf to work. Most of the deaf students out of the 112 beneficiaries of this tutorial program have shown great improvement in that the majority have been passing the national exams. Moreover, the employers' confidence in having deaf workers has shown a tremendous change after they observed the effectiveness of the deaf employees. Thanks to the finance generated by Mr. Payne's truck driving job in the US and occasional contribution of others, the project has begun to change the lives of Ethiopian deaf and the negative outlook towards them. However, severe financial constraints are present and threatening the promising progress. Even though so many deaf have passed the national exams and anxious for a deaf high school, LeaMcD has not realized its initial plan of having a specialized high school for the deaf because of financial problems. Despite this, LeaMcD ESDE is still striving to achieve the following goals it has set for itself: to build up the overall capacity of the Ethiopian deaf, to make the society understand their capability and give respect for them, to establish deaf centers in different parts of the country where the adults will have work in various industries and the young would have specialized education.